when I think about my job, when I think about the job of the entrepreneurs, the CEOs, the founders I help, there is a metaphor that always come to mind. I defined my job and our job as the job of a cultivator. A cultivator takes care of things that grow. A farmer is a cultivator. A thinker, a philosopher is a cultivator of ideas. And a business person is a cultivator of many things. If you think about it, you're cultivating relationship with people. They may be your clients, they may be your teammates, they may be your partners, your investors, people in your community. You're cultivating your own yourself. You're cultivating your own growth and presence by accepting to adapt, change, and learn and take risk. You're cultivating ideas as well. And cultivating ideas is probably out of the facets that I can think about for entrepreneurship is the one that is the most unknown, or it's very nebulous for many others. And that's an area that I've been exploring for many years, and realized that coming up with ideas, giving them space, time, and giving them life does not happen overnight. It's really the job of cultivating them that makes them successful. So I think about ideas as little seeds that you are lucky to come across in your daily life, in your ecosystem, in nature. By nature, I mean through the course of your journey, through your relationships, your reading, your experiences, your trial and errors. Ideas are like little seeds that you plant in soil. And to see them go somewhere, you have to cultivate them, which means that you have to care for them very diligently. You have to be rigorous and disciplined about helping them thrive. You have to nourish them, you have to nurture them, and you have to study them. You have to really pay attention to your ideas. You have to really pay attention to what they are, who and what they want to become. So how do you cultivate ideas? Well, the first thing is to take them out of your mind. You need to express them. You need to write them down. You need to share them with folks. And the best way to do that is to do that in public, because that's only when you do that you know is if an idea is doomed to fail, if it's going to be a flop, or if it's an idea that has potential. Maybe it's an idea that no one is interested in, even yourself. You kind of lose steam and interest and excitement, and you should move on to the next idea. So the only way you can cultivate new ideas is through public exposition to them. You need to put the seed in the soil, and then I'll use the metaphor and put it in the light, so that the light, brings the idea to fruition. So one of the things I encourage you to do is to journal in public as much as possible. Journaling in public could be through an actual journal. I actually start my journaling process on pen and paper every morning, and I journal avidly, quite frantically, for maybe 20-30 minutes every day. And then I continue to nourish the same idea or some ideas throughout the day. I write them, I publish, and I have been publishing at a high frequency for now a while. I used to publish 7 days a week. Now it's a little bit less, but it's still at a high frequency. I put these ideas in public, and I see where they go, what might be interesting, what will they bring to the people I share them with, what impact are they going to have, are they going to be able to make me excited, nourish other ideas maybe, and nourish also my practice here, nourish my business. Those ideas may turn into just thoughts, just inspiration, big impact, or sometimes they are products that I put out there in the market. And so really it's your job as an entrepreneur to see yourself as a cultivator. It's a metaphor that I prefer way more than the common metaphor of war. And if you think about it, the metaphor of war is just everywhere in business. We want to defend a market territory. We have enemies. Um, we also build secret weapons that are going to make our products better, things like that. You see what I mean? We use the war metaphor all the time, and I think that the war metaphor leads us to exclude people and stunt the growth. Back to my metaphor of growing, and stunt the growth of potential opportunities. And just as well as me how we are going to be faced with massive challenges here in this world, in this planet, and that we will need all hands on decks, and we will need to gather people together versus fighting against each other to solve very complex problems. So that's a reason why I like the metaphor for growth and cultivation more than the metaphor for war. As always, I hope that this helps, that this daily insight will inspire you to think about your job as a cultivator and to encourage you to be disciplined in this practice, to see it as a process and not just as the production of a one-time thing that gets put on a website and that we forget about. I wish you well, and as always, I welcome your questions and comments anytime. Thank you so much.